So this very well could be the only game that can compete with Grand Theft Auto 6. So the former vice president of Rockstar Games has actually set up his own games development company. And looking at the trailer for it, this could actually be a competitor for GTA 6. Now, I'm saying that very loosely because it's the closest thing that we've seen in relation to GTA 6 that isn't GTA 6. So who makes it? Well, Leslie Benzies was the former vice president of Rockstar Games. In 2014, a year after GTA 5's release, he went on a sabbatical, which is basically a year or two away from the business where he has time to just chill out, recoup himself, because at the end of the day, obviously his contributions to GTA 5 were absolutely immense, and I'm sure he'd like to celebrate. Now, the reason for this sabbatical hasn't been really made clear by anyone, but I'm guessing it's just a chance for him to go on holiday for a year, go on a little gap year from the business. However, this 1 year then turned into 2 years, and in 2016 he tried to return to Rockstar North's offices, but unfortunately what happened was he wasn't actually able to get into the building. There's a keypad outside the building and he wasn't able to enter it. Whilst editing this, I've actually found a bit more information. So in a statement, Mr. Benzies' lawyers, Locklord, claimed Mr. Benzies was removed from Rockstar after being enticed by the company to take a sabbatical in 2014. So it looks like this sabbatical wasn't voluntary. It also claimed that whilst he was on sabbatical, Mr. Benzies discovered numerous deceptions on the part of Take-Two, Rockstar and Rockstar North Limited, and Rockstar Games co-founders Sam and Dan Houser. The lawsuit alleges that they sought to force him out of the company, terminate his portion of royalty payments based on arbitrary actions by the company's royalty allocation committee, a committee that may or may not have actually ever met. It further alleges that when Mr. Benzies attempted to resume his duties after ending his sabbatical on the 1st of April last year, he found himself unable to enter the Rockstar North office because his facility's access device had been deactivated. After being let inside the building, Mr. Benzies was then ordered to leave by the Rockstar North office manager without reason. The statement added, Mr. Benzies has spent the bulk of his life in the video game industry and looks forward to reaching a fair settlement so we can continue creating great entertainment software in a respectful environment that truly values the work of games developers. And in the industry, we call this foreshadowing. Upon this happening, he was also signed out of his emails and his son was removed from the business, and his son's friend, who also got a job with Rockstar Games, was removed from the business. Now, according to Leslie Benzies, Rockstar Games made scurrilous, whatever, claims against him about things that he supposedly did during his sabbatical that were negative for the business. We don't know any more information about the claims than that. However, 3 months later, Leslie Benzies took Rockstar Games to court for the grand sum of $150 million. And this was supposedly due to unpaid royalties. This legal case went on from 2016 to 2019, and it was settled outside of court for an undisclosed amount. Now, for it to be settled outside of court, this could be Rockstar Games trying to save themselves money from it going to court, or it could be a chance that Leslie Benzies wouldn't have won the case. But the overall outline of the case is that Rockstar Games have their own committee where they assign royalties from the game to various people who deserve royalties from the game, and this committee came to the conclusion that Leslie Benzies wasn't owed money. Now, what he was owed or what he wasn't owed, we don't really care about. What we care about is what then happened. After this whole debacle ending in 2019, Leslie Benzies went to set up his own business only a few miles away from Rockstar North's office, and this company is called Build a Rocket Boy. Yeah, it's a weird name, but it's called Build a Rocket Boy, and they're a games developer, I think. I'm dropping a separate video about the whole weirdness of Build a Rocket Boy and how their business operates in a separate video, because to be honest, it confuses me and I hate when the game industry do what they're doing, but I'll do a separate video about that. Build a Rocket Boy started working on a game called Mind's Eye. Well, we think it's called Mind's Eye. Once again, they're very vague about it, but they dropped a trailer for this game, which has some elements in it that look very similar stylistically to the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. In terms of the vehicle dynamics, the guns, etc., there's definitely some essence being pulled from the GTA 6 game world and being applied to this new game. Now, it's very clear as well this game has some elements of Detroit Become Human. It has some elements of cyberpunk. It's kind of this new age of gaming where things become futuristic. Now, we don't know too much about the game, but based on what we do know, I don't think this game will have a story mode. I think it will be purely based online. Now, my reasons for thinking this is a lot of the stuff that happened with GTA Online, in fact the actual development of GTA Online for GTA 5, was because of Leslie Benzies. Leslie Benzies was never really 100% focused on story. He always wanted to push the online side of the business. And some people have theorized that this is potentially where Leslie Benzies, Sam Houser and Dan Houser potentially had a disagreement, because Sam and Dan Houser are more focused on story, where Leslie Benzies has been the driving force for GTA Online. To be fair to Leslie Benzies, a lot of the cool stuff that we currently have in GTA Online, in fact the way the platform works, is as a result of him, and also the idea of the futuristic futuristic vehicles and the futuristic concepts that started back in 2014 are really the brainchild of Leslie Benzies. And considering that Leslie Benzies was the creative mind behind a lot of the online elements for GTA 5 during the development of GTA 5, I think a lot of these core principles will probably be carried over into this new Build a Rocket Boy game that's coming out. For me personally, a lot of the things that people enjoy about GT Online are the same things that I don't really like about it, so I'm not sure if this would be the game for me, but from a gameplay and graphical ability, obviously Build a Rocket Boy don't have the same resources, they are a much smaller team. In fact, looking at their staff pictures, this team is about the same size as the team that cleaned the toilets at Rockstar's offices. But looking at LinkedIn, a lot of people that worked at Build a Rocket Boy actually came from Rockstar Games, so clearly Leslie Benzies has managed to pick and choose some of the most talented minds to do this. Also, Build a Rocket Boy look like a very anti-corporate company. On their website, there's a core focus on people working remotely. This kind of seems like a little bit of a jab at Rockstar Games, but obviously they've told a lot of their employees to come back to work in the office full time, whereas Build a Rocket Boy appear to be really supporting the work from home environment when it comes to the development of their games. Now, whether that's because of their offices not necessarily being massive, or whether it's because of taking a jab at Rockstar, we don't know, but I'm guessing it's probably the latter. So looking at the trailer, there's a few things that I would like to point out. You have to bear with me here, but they're all things that I think are very important. Firstly, skin textures look far better than what we saw in the GTA 6 trailer. Imperfections in skin looked far more natural. Now, the global illumination looks relatively similar, however the reflections on vehicles, in my opinion, look far more realistic. One thing that I would say lets it down is a lot of these animations seem very robotic. They don't seem as realistic as they did in the GTA trailer. Obviously, we're comparing a company that has 6,000 employees with a company that probably has about 100 employees, so there isn't really a massive comparison we can make here. Another thing I want to point out is gunshots look realistic. Obviously, we haven't had much to go off on the basis of the GTA 6 trailer, but overall, considering how this trailer was made by such a small team, I've got to give them credit where it's due. Clearly, they've managed to get some really good games developers. I'm really keen to hear what some of your thoughts are on this, so drop a comment below with what you think about the trailer and some particular things that pique your interest. So overall, I don't know what to expect from this game, and of course we are all completely unaware of what's going to be happening with this. This last trailer dropped about 9 months ago, so in terms of what's going to happen ongoing with the development of this game, not really too sure. Now I'm going to drop another video which is a bit more about how Build a Rocket Boy works, because it's very confusing and they're doing something at the moment which I wish the game industry will stop. But stay tuned for the next video about that. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing and becoming a channel member. It's the best way to support the channel, and of course you get your name at the end of each video just here. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.